Hey y'all, my name is Christian. I'm here to tell you a little bit about the MCAT. In my experience with it, I could have put a cap on or got in the shower this morning before I decided to make a video, but I thought, no, I want you to see raw MCAT studying and what it does to you. It's rough, it's really rough. Put on 20 pounds easily. Tons of gray hairs. I mean, there's a lot of gray in here now. A lot. I've even thought of using that blend away stuff. But no, I'm earning it. I'm earning those grays as I go along. Well, here I want to throw out some things that I learned from the first time I took the MCAT. The first one was have a strategy. Make a plan and really stick with it. This one worked well. We got through all of the material, but we didn't save enough time to really focus on some pivotal passages that really lock in the concepts. So make sure you do that. Don't just make it through material, review material, whether it be the exam crackers or Princeton review. Get through the material, do all the questions as you go through it, and try to add even more questions and passages the best you can. So have a strategy, stick with it. Second one for me was find a friend. I wanted to find someone who I could get together with and talk about all the MCAT stuff and how I loved AAMC and so much. And it was helpful, but you need to set some boundaries and some guidelines. If at some point along the way you need some time to really absorb and review on your own, don't be afraid to be assertive and say, hey, this isn't what I need this day or this week. Feel free to, go off on your own and get some real studying done and review the material that you studied with your friend. Choose a material plan to work with, a review plan. Some people like exam crackers, some people like Kaplan. I personally don't find the value in going to a class every day where they're just going to give you all the information that you could read and study on your own. I know there's a lot of upselling that says, oh, well, we have our instructors have actually gone and done the MCAT and they can give you the inside. No one has the inside. No one does. Just go and do it. Just go and find out for yourself. So find a review, go and do it, and get through the material, preferably with a friend, sometimes on your own. The way I scheduled, I did some really tough sciences, took a break on reasoning, verbal reasoning, and then I got back to more sciences. You never know what's going to hit you the hardest until you really get into the material and start taking some practice exams. I found that I was strongest in physical sciences, which, shouldn't be too much of a stretch. My older brother is a Department of Defense physicist. Literally a rocket scientist. Literally a rocket scientist. I don't know how I missed that gene. I digress. So find your weakness and really work on it. I find that I'm weakest in biology, yet I'm a biology major. Find your weakness, spend some time on it, and really see your numbers go up. There were plenty of hang-ups along the way. I got completely burnt out halfway through the material, and I felt like I just needed a day. So take one. If you don't take a day, your body's going to tell you to take a day, and then you're going to get really sick, which was my second hang-up along the way. I got really sick. We actually studied in my bed for a week straight, and not the fun kind, like really studying in my bed. I was laying there with my robe, cold shivers, going over the projectile thing, sine, velocity, cosine, theta, whatever. And it was rough. Another hang up was you'll find that you have to neglect your loved ones and your friends who don't really understand the honors. So you just have to do it. You just have to do it. I had to turn off my phone for weeks, and I had to train people to understand that I'm not reachable. Period. I'm being serious. Be not reachable. It'll really help. Another hang-up was serious self-doubt. Serious self-doubt. I was like, am I going to be a doctor? Am I going to be a nurse? Not that nursing would be bad. I just don't want to be a nurse. I'm already gay. That would be like a cliche. The practice test. So if you're going to take an AMC practice test, you're going to spend a lot of money. It's going to cost a lot. $30 a test. So I recommend that your friend whom you're studying with, ask her or him to give you information and help you out and understand the test that they took. Perhaps even go over their tests with them, or go over their tests on your own and let them do the same for you. Can't make official strategy there, but you can catch my drift. There are some money-saving techniques that will really help you with this. Take your exam under timed conditions, because anyone can answer these questions. I mean, with a little work and a thing called Googly Schmoogly, you can answer anything in here, but that's not the point. The point is, can you answer these questions under timed conditions? When you review your practice exam, you'll realize that you have all the mental tools to answer all the questions, but can you keep that clear head while you're going through it under these timed conditions? That's the real challenge. The unexpected things. So if we're talking about the actual day of, you've got a good rest, you've eaten a healthy breakfast, got a little carbs in there, and your daily routine of medication, Adderall or whatever. So it's the MCAT day, the day you've been waiting for weeks and weeks and weeks. I wanted to take the afternoon MCAT because I wanted to make sure I slept in really well, and that I had plenty of time to kind of get my day started, to just feel like I could sleep as long as I wanted or needed to, which for me is only 7 max. But I wanted to be prepared and ready to go. But there were some things that really surprised me on the actual day of the MCAT. I had heard that you can take 10 minutes if needed to go through the tutorial section, which we're all familiar with, hopefully by the day we show up for the MCAT. Take that 10 minutes as the clock is ticking to jot down on your scratch paper as many equations as you can think of for physical sciences. It helped me kind of let sink in all of the things that I had studied, everything. I kind of wanted to just regurgitate everything. So that was something I didn't really know was true until I got there. Indeed is true. Something I didn't really expect was having computer issues. I went to highlight a portion of my chemistry reaction, the only place that was shown on the entire passage, and instead of highlighting it, deleted it. Did it a few times. I wrote the AMC and they just don't care. Here's a letter that you can explain why you got such a horrible score. You can just say that it was, my bad, but here's this letter. Thanks for the information was basically the gist of their letter to me. So a few people, I've read up online that a few people got them to reschedule for free of charge, and a few people had to stick it with their horrible score and reschedule, such as yours truly. So yeah, plan ahead and know and have an idea of what you want to do in that situation if you have computer issues. The new format in 2015 is going to change to include a psychology and a social sciences section. So definitely take that extra 20 minutes max and just click some answers to get a $30 Amazon card. That's just my opinion. If you've spent plenty of money, it's time to get a rebate for all that money you've spent. So yeah, if you feel like answering all the questions, great. If not, I can't officially say don't worry about it, but you deserve $30. Anyway, I hope I wasn't too negative. We know this is a really tough thing. Everyone's got to do it. Everyone's got to go through this. Really take some time. Learn the material. Learn all the nuances of the material and understand all of the equations. Don't just memorize equations. That's not going to help you at all. You have to work really hard to get a good score in your MCAT. So do it, and don't think, just do. Just keep pushing forward. All right. Good luck to you, and hopefully I'll have a positive follow-up for you over the next 6 weeks or so. All right. Talk to you soon.